We like old adverts. Welcome, everybody, to a new episode of We Like Old Adverts. I'm your host, Joe, for today. I'm joined by Jim Campbell and Cornel Deeney. Today, we're going to go through adverts as usual. If you would like to contribute in a future episode, one of your own adverts, by all means, send us a little email at welikeoldadverts@gmail.com. Send us the link to the video, a little short clip, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, explaining why you like it, and we'll put it on the show if we like it. Lovely stuff. Let's crack on. Okay, the first one is a pretty iconic ad from the noughties. I'm sure you're familiar with it. It's so happy with itself, isn't it? Oh.
Yeah. Much like Phil Collins.
Yeah.
It's hard to escape that feeling when he's involved, isn't it?
I think this is about as low as an advert can get for me.
Really?
Because it thinks it's so clever, but it's to me, it just screams the word random.
Yeah.
It's a real, it's tapping into the zeitgeist of a particular low point in human history, the mid-noughties. It's like from a glass and a half production at the beginning. It's not film. It's not a film. It's not Apocalypse Now. It's an advert for some chocolate.
But it was a really, really good, effective example of that, the whole kind of non sequitur advertising, where firstly your brand is so strong that you don't even really need to allude to what it actually is. Mm-hmm. Just the purple and the glass and a half full thing was enough. Yeah. And the gorilla looks pretty good, doesn't it?
That's true.
I mean, I don't think it is a real gorilla that they train to play drums, but
gorillas can't play drums.
Really?
They just eat their own poo and things, and
that's a shame, isn't it?
Make a little mess for themselves.
I'd like to see the rest of the band. Yeah. Was it actually Phil Collins in the rehearsal room, or was it like a little gorilla Phil Collins? There's so many unanswered questions.
Yeah, you're bringing up a lot of questions here, Jim, that I just can't answer.
A hippo on bass.
Oh yeah, very aggressive. I imagine actually everything in the band was quite aggressive, including Phil Collins.
You've really got it in for Phil Collins, haven't you?
I just don't like him.
Phil, if you're watching, get in touch. We'd love to have you on.
No, don't. No, you can't come on. If you want to come on, you can't.
Yeah, make your own channel, Phil.
Yeah, exactly. We're open to pretty much anyone, but not you, Phil Collins.
They can lay into Phil Collins all they like, but don't bring gorillas into this. We don't deserve gorillas on this one. I love gorillas.
They are cool.
Yeah.
Good at drumming as well.
Yeah. Know their own strength. Very much know their own strength. Also, the thing with this is that this set off a chain of events, didn't it, where Cadbury's kept doing this, and they did the eyebrow one. I hated that one. That one was worse for me.
They did the one where they were racing the airport vehicles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all very wacky, and as you say, Joe, that's exactly right. It is the peak of everything being random. People don't really say that now, do they? And I'm really glad that curse has gone. But you know, wherever you went, people going, "Oh my God, that's so random!" That really calculated thing that actually means a thing. That's so random. Oh my God. They were the worst people
these days. Everyone's saying, "Oh, smashed it."
Smashed it.
That's the current trend. I remember where I was when I first saw that advert.
Wow.
Can you remember where you were? I was watching Big Brother, the opening of one of them. Do you remember Big Brother when they used to send strangers in? Yeah, I was watching that and it came on.
We remember the format of Big Brother.
Whoa, a gorilla playing drums. That's something else. I can't wait to eat chocolate now.
Well, they had to use more oblique ways to flog their product, didn't they? Because they couldn't talk about consuming sugary stuff and it being like a lifestyle thing. So they had to go really weird with it. And much to the chagrin of people trying to stop advertising sugary rubbish to kids, it worked like gangbusters. So yeah, there we go.
Random.
The Phil Collins song that did it, I think. All the kids love Phil Collins, don't they?
So you might remember a couple of episodes ago, we had an advert for Tooheys beer, an Australian, very famous Australian beer going on. I talked to my Australian friend Dave Baker about this, and he was up in arms. He said, "I've got a better Australian beer ad for you." Word to the wise before we start, this might be the most Australian thing to have ever happened.
You can get it riding. You can get it sliding. You can feel it coming on about 4. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vic. Vic Bitter. You can get it in a hole or up a pole. You can get it doing nothing at all. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vic. A long, cold Vic. You can get it walking. You can get it talking. You can get it working a plow. Matter of fact, I got it now. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vic. Victoria Bitter.
I love it. I think your claim of like that being maybe the most Australian thing we've yet seen is a solid one. I would actually put this out to our viewers as well. If you've seen anything more Australian, let us know. And
that's a dangerous thing to wish for.
Yeah.
Imagine what we're going to get.
Yeah, well, exactly. It's all going to be brilliant. That advert does itself 3 times, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You keep thinking it's going to stop and then it does it again.
It's like Mr. Blue Sky It's like Mr. Blue Sky by ELO. It just keeps on going, never finishes, and I don't want it to finish.
I'd love to see a monkey drumming to Mr. Blue Sky. That'd be fantastic. But yeah, they've got a very specific target market by the look of it.
All the men in that advert are like 25, Con. This is There were no young people in adverts in the past, or there were, but they looked like they were in their 40s.
Yeah. It's like a committee of the beer's advertising have gone around and said, "What are men like? Cricket, army, farming, and digging."
Yeah. Examples of strength.
They're this close to jumping inside a kangaroo's pouch and working behind a bar.
Yeah. I love the guy who's just sitting on a dock doing nothing.
Yeah.
What music do men like? Well, the Magnificent Seven theme tune. Can we afford that? No. So let's rip it off as best we can.
Let's do a version of it that somehow sounds a bit like Grandstand at the same time. I love the...
It got a little bit homoerotic in certain parts, and they clearly didn't intend for that. But when he's digging that hole and he goes like that and his shirt rides up and you just see a little bit of his belly, and then it moves to the bloke on the pole and he's stroking a pole between his legs. Like, what's this turned into? I like it.
I don't know, but I want to get some VB beer, let me tell you.
Yeah. It's great. Yeah. It genuinely really makes me want a beer.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just more about me than it does about the advert.
You don't see VB beer over here.
No, they call it visitor beer, apparently.
All right.
instead
really?
of Victoria, because that's what the tourists have when they go there.
Right. Yeah, because it does have quite a strong international brand, doesn't it? I was under the impression that was the beer that Australians drink, and clearly that's their branding.
Yeah, there we go. And it's
Right.
Victoria is in the region, Victoria in Oz. Yeah, there we go. It's fascinating little insight into our Australian cousins, eh? All right, we're going to move on now to our final advert. It's from the 1980s, I believe, and we've had this one just on the back burner for a little bit, and I'm delighted it's actually happening.
The new Philips fan heater warms up a room so fast, you don't have to leave it on very long.
Very warm in here. Turn the heater off, love.
The new Philips fan heater. Switch it on, and it won't be long before you switch it off.
Philips, simply years ahead.
Well,
Rookie
Yeah.
mistake.
I mean, she's gone to make a cup of tea and he thinks he can sneak in a quick wank. You've got to admire his ambition.
In the hottest room in the house as well. He's like, where do I like to do it?
yeah.
Warm. Like
Heater's on. It's, what? Not at the bathroom. Treat yourself. You can take the heater with you.
Yeah. Just right before your black coffee. That's when you like it for some reason. Like-
I mean, that is taking a danger wank to the next
Oh,
level.
yeah.
And fair play to the man.
I mean, has he just not thought it through, or does he just not care about
The moment took him.
Yeah.
I've got this plaything in
Well,
my pocket.
it's clearly premeditated, isn't it? Because he's brought his inspirational material, shall we say?
I
Yeah.
think he just keeps that up his shirt at all times, Jim. Walking around with it at work and stuff.
Yeah. Maybe
No
that's
one
why
knows.
stuff like that was always in bushes in the 80s. It was falling out of people's
Yeah.
cardigans.
Yeah.
A plaything. I mean, you don't have to be a table beating feminist to think that that's pretty creepy. Yeah.
Yeah. Of course it is. The whole thing.
Playboy addresses the reader. Plaything addresses the subject.
Yeah, that's very true. It's very grim.
Yeah.
I'd love to see the figures on how many fan heaters this advert sold.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
who's going, oh, we need one of them, love.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you what,
Remember that
happens
wanking
to me-
advert?
That happens to me all the time. I can't quite get warm enough, and it significantly shortens my window of alone time. So I keep getting caught. So I'm going to have to get myself one of them.
I think her coming in and
from
saying,
Argos, love. Yeah, I keep getting cold when I'm wanking. What a weird advert. Who's made this shit? Who's made it?
So
Yeah.
weird.
I think her coming in and saying, "Oh, it's warm in here." I don't think that's promoting the product very well.
No,
It's
if
too
anything,
hot.
it's too warm.
It's not an even distribution of heat. I just want to be nice and warm.
Also, when is this taking place? Because it's pitch black outside and they're having black coffee. And it's freezing, obviously. That's some freezing cold winter night where they want to stay awake through it for some reason.
They're in Finland and it's the middle of winter. It's actually midday outside.
You can tell there were absolutely no women involved in the process of this product, and I'm sure the actor playing what I presume is the guy's wife is just like, just take the money, Julie. Just think of the money.
It's
Don't
not the
say anything, just think
sexiest
of the money.
environment, is it? You know what I mean? They used to, like, in days of yore, before the advent of these kind of heaters, there was a roaring hearth that you could throw someone down besides. You know, you
Yeah.
could either get
Just yourself if you wanted to, mate. Throw yourself down beside it if the moment took you.
Throw yourself down and your plaything.
a music
Go and
stand
get
for the
to work.
magazine, just go wild. I don't know. You can hardly get wrapped in the throes of passion by a Philips heater with a copy of Plaything, you know?
Yeah. Well,
It's a grotty little ad, and I love it.
yeah,
It's-
absolutely.
Yeah.
Again, if you've seen a more masturbation-based advert, do get in touch, because this is by far and away the leader at the moment. But maybe it's
Yeah.
a genre we're not aware of.
I know we will have succeeded as a channel when we can look back at ourselves and say, lads, top 5 wanking adverts.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And we've got a runaway leader at the moment, but perhaps something can take its crown.
Oh, man alive. Right, I think that is time to call it a draw. We do hope you enjoyed the episode. We sure enjoyed making it. If you've got any suggestions, by all means, send them to us. Leave us a comment beneath, subscribe to us. We'd really appreciate that. Or just tell your mates that we exist. Someone who's an advert, a file. That'd be brilliant. Jim, Connell, thank you very much. I've been Joe. Have a wonderful time. And I hope I'll see you again soon. Thanks a lot.